Hey there! Every month, Annie has a call with our Path 365 members and answers their questions. She tackles a wide range of topics from what to do with big emotions, what kinds of tips and advice she has for addressing difficult situations, how to deal with cravings, and so much more. Listen in as she does some real life coaching for our Path members. Here's what Annie has to share about why we self-sabotage during the process of finding freedom from alcohol.
Which for me means there are subconscious beliefs that are happening, that exist for you, that need to surface in order for you to see if you want to keep them or not keep them, right? And they could be something like, I just survived, like life is worth living. Alcohol makes life worth living. Like, of course, I'm going to drink because this is my life. Like, I'm going to make it life to the fullest. So if you have like a life to the fullest and now you have a new lease on life, even if logically you don't understand that, but that is really buried in there, yeah, you're going to keep drinking and then you're going to judge yourself for it. So I would just be so curious, and I would do it as like, if you really want to get serious about this, if you're a journaler, you could bring out your journal. If you don't like journal, do a voice memo to yourself. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm about to have a drink. What do I feel? What do I think this is going to add to my night? What do I expect to get from it? I just had my first drink. What do I feel? What did this add to my night? Am I going to drink again? Like, I would just don't judge yourself, because you can't be curious when you're judging. So you can't be like, I can't believe I'm drinking. I just saved, my life is saved. Now I'm just throwing it down the toilet. What's wrong with me? All of those thoughts are going to prevent you from being curious. Because this is literally like an investigation. It's investigation and some, it's probably safe to say your life depends on. But you have to uncover what it is for you that's keeping you there. And what it is for you that is kind of the linchpin of these beliefs. It's a lot of beliefs, it always is. There's a linchpin one, right? There's one that's in there that is like, alcohol is doing this thing for me. And it probably is tied up in celebration and survival. And living the fullest. That would be my guess or hallucination based on what you're telling me. So whenever you're thinking like, this isn't logical, this doesn't make sense, you have to be like, okay, when something doesn't make sense, it's because my conscious mind is in conflict with my subconscious mind. I'm in a fight with myself that I only hear one half of the fight. So it doesn't make sense, but my behavior is contradicting what my conscious mind knows to be true. So I have to find what my subconscious mind is saying. And when I find that, I'll be able to make a decision. Because here's the thing, as soon as you surface that, once you have awareness of it, you get to decide. That's the only way. I forget who said it. It might have been it's like one of the classic wise humans of our civilization said, the way to change the conscious change the subconscious is to surface it into the conscious. Because then we can manipulate it, then we can change it. But if we leave it buried, it's going to run our whole lives. So whenever you hear yourself like, it just doesn't make sense, like there's something there that you need to discover. And being in the pause is a really amazing way to discover it if you start to look at every single drink, not with judgment, but just with curiosity. What is it that am I getting from this? What do I think this will make better about life? What is it that I'm unwilling to give up? Start just really asking yourself those open-ended questions. Don't judge your answers. Let it be true for you. So much of what we keep buried inside ourselves is because we judge our answers, right? Like, for example, we basically dissociate from the parts of us that we don't like, right? So we judge ourselves for them. And so you're having a thought that like, what human would play with fire after they've gotten burned? Judgments are keeping yourself from telling yourself the truth about what kind of human would play with fire after they got burned. Does that make sense? Because there's a part of you that's playing with fire after you got burned. And that part of you has a reason. And until you discover that reason, you're not going to be able to decide, surface it, change it. Like, it's just going to run your life. So we have to be like, we have to put down the judgments about like, but I can't, what human would do that? And be like, you know what? An innocent human who's believing what they're thinking. What am I thinking? What could I possibly be thinking that would cause me to play with fire after I just got burned? And I bet you it's something pretty deep. I bet you it's something pretty wrapped up in your experience of living and your experience of drinking. All of this will come up, like the whole theme of the path is curiosity without judgment, right? Combined with self-compassion. Like those are the two main things. They're much easier said than done. But those, those truths will surface for all of us when we stop judging ourselves. It is the judgment of ourselves that's preventing us from being able to understand why we're doing what we're doing. Anyway, you have a very good reason. We all have we have a reason, and that reason is we think we're doing the best for ourselves, right? And so the only thing you have to do to hear your reasons that's why we just focus on the pause. That's what the pause is. Curiosity without judgment. Watch yourself drink, get really curious about it without judging yourself. The pause would just be like every other time you've been drinking if you weren't trying to get curious and if you weren't putting down the judgment. Then it's like, what's the point, right? But like, honestly, if you can get curious, if you can put down the judgment, those thoughts, it will surface. You don't have to do anything special besides that.
Hey guys, we are so excited because for June, for Pride, this Naked Mind is going to be offering the live 30-day alcohol experiment for the LGBTQIA++ community and our allies who stand with us. At this Naked Mind, we know that for the queer community, the challenges with alcohol often present unique experiences and life challenges that are unique to our community. So we have created a live for Pride that has all LGBTQIA+ coaches that understand and have gone through what you've gone through. So don't hesitate to bring your issues. Don't hesitate to bring your feelings and your emotions and your challenges, because we're all going to be there together to support each other and take a look at our relationships with alcohol. And through this really revolutionary and radical program that is science-based and based on your lived experience, we are going to check out the cognitive dissonance, the part of our brains that wants to drink and the part of our brains that would like to drink less or maybe not at all, and come to congruency. This work is done through connecting to the subconscious and our thoughts and beliefs and questioning them. It's a really exciting process. I did this over 3 years ago, and it was almost like a magical trick. It really set me free. And now I drink as much as I want, whenever I want. And the last couple of years, that's been zero, because you know what, alcohol? I just ain't that into you. So if you want to join us, it's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be really queer. We're all going to be there together, and I can't wait to see you there. Please visit livetae.com and register today. That's livetae.com. I am so excited to see you guys there.